How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review, and Imperial Stout time. Imperial Stout from Lagunitas in the form of their Cappuccino Stout. I have never had this before, but if you watched any of our previous reviews, you will know that I'm quite a big Lagunitas fan, so I have high hopes for it. The only two dark offerings I ever had from them was their Hairy Eyeball. I forget what style it was. And I did their Imperial Stout. This is their Imperial Cappuccino Stout. So if it's anything like their regular Imperial Stout or better, that's going to be a good thing. As far as what it says on the bottle, limited release Lagunitas Cappuccino Stout, ale brewed with coffee, brewed with Sebastopol's own hardcore coffee. It says here IBU 29.5. It's probably the lowest IBU offering I've had from Lagunitas by a decent margin, probably. So that's kind of interesting to see that. And it seems like they're big into their IBUs. You know, IBUs aren't indicative of happiness. It's a matter of balance. So since I like almost all their offerings, or I do like all the offerings I've had, they know what they're doing. So Lagunitas Brewing Company, Petaluma, California. On the side here, government warning stuff. Net contents 1.6 fluid ounces. Over here, got a little story. It says, up until the summer of 2010, we'd always had a little dirty on the side here that was a peon to a good hot cup of joe. Okay. It was built on the bones of the 23rd Psalm and went something like, coffee is my shepherd, I shall not. But that was where the trouble started. Turns out, talking about coffee's happy side on an ale label is verboten now in America. So things that I am allowed to say about that are, I can't read it because the labels mess up, something delicious, that the ale is delicious, and together they're not worse than the sum of their parts, individual deliciousness, most of which are delicious. Again, like I said, the label's kind of screwed up here, so I apologize for that little ramblingness. The label is glued on real well too, which is hilarious because I'm struggling with actually reading it because the label kind of messed up in the corner, so it's not glued on really well. We make darn sure there are no holes in the glass and that the cap stays put. We're proud of this and wish to brag about it all on this label, which is allowed by law. Thanks, cost. So basically what they're doing there is they probably had a big story about coffee and how much they liked it, and for some reason somebody whistleblowed on them, so now you just put a bunch of funny stuff on the side. It's just hilarious because I promise I'd never read that, and the label's kind of like bunched up in the corner to where I can actually read it, and then it says the label's glued on really well. Well, no, it's not, because it's kind of screwed up in the corner. So there you go. That kind of makes me happy. I don't know why, for some bizarre reason, when weird crap like that goes down. But Cappuccino Stout. I do like my coffee in my stout, so let's see what she has to offer. Super gigantic head. Two reasons. One, because it's stout, and the other one, because I pour beer like shitty, I guess. Anyway, super creamy head, nice decent bubbles, smaller to larger going up, but not too big. Color-wise, it's not jet frickin' black. I mean, I can actually get some light through this. I'm holding it here, not even holding it up to a big light that I have off camera here. If I hold it up here, I have a set of lights up there. I can see them through it, so it's a really dark red. It's not like uber crazy red or really dark brown. It's dark, as you can see, but I mean, I've seen much darker cappuccino stouts, Imperial stouts. So there you go. So that's what it looks like. Let's see what she smells like. Not a ton of coffee in there. Honestly, I smell a nice, decent amount of hop there, which, like I said, with the whole lower IBU offering, again, it's not indicative of happiness, it's indicative of balance. The coffee's there, but it's not in your face. I expect it to be like, oof, but it's there, it's nice. It's not subtle, but it's not in your face. It's nice and rich. This is a little bit of roasted malts, but not too big. Nice sweetness to it. Yeah, it smells really nice. It just smells different than what I assumed it would be, which is just goes to show you, don't assume, because it'll make an ass out of you and me. Learned that shit when I was like, what, 5 years old in school or something like that? Anyway, yeah, so it smells nice. It looks a little lighter than what I expect. Let's see how she tastes. Cheers. That's a good beer. It's just a good beer, you know? For me, the nose was not indicative of what's in the mouth. Coffee out the wazoo. Nice roasted coffee, you know? It's not just like coffee flavored. Oh, it's there. It's a nice, healthy, roasted coffee flavor. Really nice sweetness there, but not overly sweet. There's that tiniest bit of kind of hop there, but it's not drying, it's not biting, it's just there just to let you know it's there, and it's there for balance. It's got a decent mouthfeel, not super thick, but not thin by any means. It's got a nice creaminess to it. Just a really nice beer. Different than their regular Imperial Stout. But that coffee's there the way it should be there. It's a fantastic beer. Absolutely fantastic beer. Yeah, so it's exactly what you expect a coffee stout to be, in a good way, because there's a lot of ones that fail, and this one does not fail at all. Rating wise, I'd give it a 90. It's just that nice of a beer, you know. Just really, really nice. You know, they know what the hell they're doing over there in Lagunitas, whether it's their hop forward stuff or their Imperial Stouts. I mean, it's not the best Imperial Stout I've had before, or Imperial Coffee Stout or Cappuccino Stout I had before, but it's really freaking good, and especially when you're dealing with price point, like I do the whole value availability thing. I mean, like I said, 90 overall, solid 90, absolutely. Availability, I can't get it up by me. I was down by my brother's, which is on the in Harrisburg. It's about 2 hours away from where I live, and they had it there. I picked it up. Boom. So availability for me is like a 2, but your mileage will vary, especially with them opening a new brewery out in the Midwest. So you're going to see it a lot more often out here in the East Coast. West Coasters probably get it really easy. Value where it really hits a home run. I think I paid like $5 for this. Maybe $6 max, somewhere between $5 to $6. That's just ridiculous. And that's pretty much all their offerings. And that's the big thing with Lagunitas, in that they're taking these really great beers and they're just making them so... They're perfect price point wise. They're not cheap. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that weird thing where, you know, people spend money on gas to get to the point where they're like, right now, it's late 2014, it's December, and people are like, wow, gas is under $3, it's so cheap. No, it's not. That's not cheap. You know what I mean? It's just cheaper than what you're used to. It's getting closer to what should be normal, but you think it's cheap because you've been paying such high prices. That's where Lagunitas comes in. I don't think Lagunitas beers are cheap. I just think they're fair and they're where beer should be priced. So that's my point. You know what I mean? On a value scale, it's a 10. All their beers have been a 10, a 9 or a 10 on my scale. So, and this is no different. You're talking about a 90 beer on my rating scale. That is $5 to $6 for a bomber. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, 90 overall. Availability is a little bit wonky because of where I live, and then, you know, values is through the roof. So it's just a fantastic beer. If you're in the coffee stouts, you owe it yourself to give it a whirl. If you're in a good beer, you owe it to yourself. And if you just want to give Lagunitas your money, which you should, because they're doing it right and doing it at a correct price point, you should do that, because they know what the hell they're doing. They make good beer and they price it the way it should be priced. So that's that. So yeah, another review in the books. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't, or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you'd like to check us out anywhere else on the internet, you can on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all three of those places. Way more active on Instagram, so yeah, if you're going to check us out there, and yeah. Another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a really nice beer like this one. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.